He acquiesced in the fiction, but smiled at the way she hung her head and blushed. This was not the Japanese way of telling one's age, or any other gentle lie. "You got a grandmother?" she proceeded. "Two," alleged the consul. "Tha' 's ver' splendid. And she is well in her health, too?" "Which one?" She passed the joke if she saw it. No Japanese will make his parent the subject of one. "The ole one. Always the ole one firs'." The consul felt queerly chidden. She was well, at last accounts. "Tha' 's nice. And the young one?" "The same. And now, about yours?" "Alas! I have not that same happiness lig you. I got no ancestors whichever. They all angery account that Mr. B. F. Pikkerton, so they outcast me out the family. He don't lig that they live with him, account they bag nombers. He an' me go'n be only bag nomber, he say. He big boss bag nomber, me jus' little boss bag nomber. Me? I don't got ancestors before me nor behin' me now. Hence, they don't show me the way to Meido when I die. Well, me? I don't care whichever. I got husban' an' bebby tha' 's mos' bes' nize in Japan, mebby in the whole worl'. An' I kin go at Nirvana by 'nother road, aha, if I most." The kindly consul better than she understood both the effect of this separation of her from her ancestors and the temperament of Pinkerton. He undertook, notwithstanding his resolution not to meddle, a tentative remonstrance. She listened politely, but he made no impression. "You must not break with your relatives. If Pinkerton should, die, you know, you would indeed be an outcast. If your own people would have nothing to do with you, nobody else would. It must, of course, be known to you that your marriage with Pinkerton has put you in unfortunate relations with everybody, the Japanese because you have offended them, the foreigners because he has. What would you do in such a case?" "Me? I could dance, mebby? Or die?" But she laughed as she said it. Then she acknowledged his rebuking glance. "Excuse me, tha' 's not nize? Well, it is not so easy to die as it was before he came." She sighed happily. The consul was curious. "Why?" he asked. "Why? He make my life more sweet." "But that is no reason for quarreling with your family." "But they don't wan' me, because my husban' don't wan' them. Henceforth I got go 'way from my husban' if I wan' them; an' if I wan' him more bedder, I got go 'way from them. No matter whichever, I got go 'way from some one. Well, I wan' those husban' more bedder than any. Sa ay! Tha' is a phony. They make me marry with him when I don' wish him. Now I am marry with him, they don' wish him. Jus' after my father he kill hisself sticking with short sword, tha' 's how we gitting so poor, oh, ver' poor. Me? I go an' dance liddle, so we don't starve. Also I think if somebody wish me I git married for while, account that grandmother got have food an' clothings. Well, those ver' grandmothers she as the old nakodo 'bout it, she lig me git marry with some one. He say, mans jus' as' him other day kin he git him nice wife, an' he don' know none nicer." She paused to let the consul make sure of this fact, which he did, and then acknowledged the appreciation she had provoked with a charming smile. "Whichever, he say he thing I don' lig him, account he America jin. He also remarking with me that he a barbarian an' a beas'. Well, me? I say I don' wan' him, I 'fraid beas'. But aevery one else they say yaes, yaes, ah, yaes, he got money, an' for jus' liddle while I got endure him. So I say, 'Bring me that beas'.' An' lo! One day the old nakodo he bringing him for look at meeting. Well?" She paused to laugh, and so infectious was it that the consul adventurously joined her. At first I think him a god, he so tall and beautiful, and got on such a blue clothes all full golden things. And he don't sit way, way off and just talk." She laughed abandonedly. "He make my life so ver' joyous, I think I naever been that happy." She had an excess of demureness. "Oh, just at first I frighten', account he sit so close with me, an' hol' my hand, an' as if it made satin. Aha! Satin! Look!" She gave them both to him. They were deliciously pretty, but the consul was embarrassed by his possession of them. She began slowly to withdraw them, and then he let them go with regret. "I beg your august pardon. I just thinking in the inside me, and speaking with the outside. Tha' 's not nice. You don't care nothing 'bout those. What? He thought she meant the hands, and perhaps she did. "Just those little story." "Yes, I do," declared the consul with some relief. "It is a charming story." And it was, for Cho Cho San's eyes and hands took part in its telling as well as her lips. "You mean you like hear more?" "Yes." She reflected an instant. "I think there is no more. Yes, jus' after while I naever git frighten no more, no matter how close, nor how he hol' my hand." "But then I beg pardon, you were married? I think you said so." "Oh, yaes," she replied, as if that had made little difference in their situation. "I marry with him. I think his ship was then ordered to She nodded. "Alas, he got go and serve his country. But he go'n' come back, and keep on being marry with me. What you thing?" The consul contrived to evade the interrogation. "Is that why you asked about the robins?" "Yaes, he go'n' come when the robins nest again. He don't naever expect we got this nice bebby, account I don't tell him. I don't kin tell him. I don't know where he is. But me? I don't tell if I know, account he rush right over here, and desert his country, and henceforth get in a large trouble, mebbe with that President United States America, and that large goddess Liberty Independence. What you think?" Chapter 11. The Most Best Nice Man. It was quite superfluous to point out such of her ideas as had birth in the fertile brain of Pinkerton. Certainly he had enjoyed his married life with her, but it was for another reason than hers. The consul could observe, he thought, how exquisitely amusing it had been. It was, too, exactly in Pinkerton's line to take this dainty, vivid, eager, formless material and mold it to his most wantonly whimsical wish. It was perhaps fortunate for her that his country had had need of him so soon after his marriage. However, the consul informed her that her fears of trouble for Pinkerton from the sources mentioned were entirely groundless. But this, to his surprise, was not pleasing intelligence. She liked to believe, as he had let her believe, that Pinkerton occupied a large space in the affairs of his country, that he was under the special patronage of the President, and the Goddess of Liberty was, perhaps, her own corollary. But it fitted his character as she had conceived it. To her he was a god, perhaps. But let it be understood that the Japanese god is neither austere nor immaculate. "Well, whichever," she said, in some disappointment. "Tha' 's a surprise on him when he come. He all times joking with me. I make one joke upon him. Tha' 's good joke. What you thing?" The consul shook his head. The matter began to have a sinister look. But the girl's faith was sublime. "Ah, you?" Her inflection was one of pity for his ignorance. "Tha' 's account you don't know him. You shaking your nice head. He joking all times. Sometime I don' know if he joking, except he stop, look solemn, and laugh. Then he make the house raddle. Oh, maybe you thing I don't joke too, also? Well, tha' 's mistake. I make joke jus' lig